Going on? Welcome back. We wanted to cover a very important topic today in the crypto world, some news unfolding, and I wanted to break it down for you. Pause the football game or whatever it is that you guys are doing this Sunday, and let's jump into why Monero is jumping to an all-time high. Why this particular coin? Obviously it could come down a bit too, but why particularly Monero, Zcash, and privacy coins probably have a lot of room to run this year. And we're going to kind of break it down for you in this video. Let's jump into it right now. First and foremost, guys, what we need to look at with Monero is not just the price against dollars, because we're going to jump into that and give you guys some of the rundown on why the price is moving the way it's moving today and hitting an all-time high. But right now, before we even get into any of that stuff, I want to show you the price breakdown with Monero against BTC Bitcoin, the main market cap coin, Bitcoin, the one that everybody's familiar with. Let's take a look first at the price on that. And then we can tear that apart a little bit, as well as jump into some of the dollar amounts on why Monero might be pumping today. So just this time last year, guys, we were sitting at 0.0020 Monero XMR tokens per BTC. Today, obviously, we're sitting a lot higher. We're sitting at 0.006, which represents a 200+% gain. So, guys, to break this down for you in layman's terms, that means Monero, while Bitcoin over the last year has been running sideways, currently sitting at a little above 90,000 USD Bitcoin per one Bitcoin token, Monero is now worth 200% more than it was the same time last year, where Bitcoin was roughly sitting around kind of in the same bound of US dollar prices, and that a little under, a little above 100K Bitcoin price. So that's the first thing we have to note, is that Monero is not only appreciating against dollars, it's also 200% up against Bitcoin Core, which is very substantial and which is very reminiscent of an altcoin market that we've seen in the past, where altcoins really start to jump up against Bitcoin. Obviously, Monero has been up a lot higher than this, and I'm just going to zoom out for you to see what we're talking about here. At one point, Monero was worth 0.035 per Bitcoin. Now, right now, obviously, we're sitting at 0.006. We obviously have a long way to go if we're going to outpace that. But this is pretty huge, guys, because we are 200% up where we were last Jumping here to dollars, guys. Traders are feeling very bullish. Obviously, the chart is looking very bullish today as we hit all-time highs of 550 US dollars. It's came down a bit. It's sitting at about $543 as of making this video. But this is not only a 5-year high, guys. It's an all-time high on Monero, and we're up 21,859% up for anybody joining the crypto space in 2026, which is a crazy price gain within itself, where it's climbed all the way from under a dollar, under a quarter, to be fair, now upwards sitting $543, representing the 12th largest market cap in the cryptocurrency markets as of today. Been a top 20 coin here for quite a while, but today really raising on the ranks of top 12. And looking at the log chart, guys, it does look like we have room to run here. Obviously, I want to be the first one to tell you. Obviously, the being in the crypto space for as long as I have, we always overthink kind of where we're currently at. But it's days like today that actually put us back into perspective of how far we have came. So right now, guys, $542. Traders are piling into Monero. It's the volume of Monero is up over 180% up in the last 24 hours. Now, couple things to kind of keep in mind. We got a couple different reasons why this price could be heading higher, and we're hitting higher prices today. For one, we got this U.S. crypto bill going to be happening this next week. All right, that is for absolute sure. That's kind of one general topic that has kind of been pumping the crypto markets up a little bit over the last week. But secondly, this thing with Zcash, with the entire electric coin company development team essentially quitting, is kind of this thing going around Twitter X. Not really so much the case, I don't think, because the whole reason that Zcash was basically the whole reason these people quit the electric coin company is because they for the longest time were getting paid out of the block reward directly to their multi-sig wallet out of the 20% block reward. I think they were getting 7 or 8%. That is not no more. So basically, long story short, they are going to be forming another company to basically continued onward development on Zcash. So this is kind of like a sell the news type moment, right? But we're seeing actually Monero today climb based on some of this. Some traders and people on X Twitter have been kind of talking about this thing being kind of like this is why people are now piling into Monero. So some things that could cause Monero's price in 2026 to go even higher is Bulletproof plus plus. Now imagine sending your payment as a package. Okay, this new upgrade is going to make your payment being able to be sent as a package more efficiently. So imagine the network, the postal service, right? Uh, Imagine them being able to verify and your payment basically being a much less data load that can be verified by the Monero network and where that payment is going more efficiently. So lastly, guys, Monero is also doing improvements that are going to make more transactions on the Monero network possible. There's also an upgrade coming, the Seraphis and Jamtis upgrade, which is basically going to make Monero a lot more private than it currently is. It's going to give surveillance networks that try to find out the in and outs of where these transactions are happening on Monero to the end user. It's basically going to complicate that process for these people trying to do surveillance on the Monero blockchain. It's going to make their job a lot more difficult. So without it, like a lot of technical jargon, you can read more on it. I will link some stuff in the description below if you guys are interested. But basically, it's going to make Monero a lot more private in terms of people being able to surveillance your transactions. So this is going to be pretty substantial, in my opinion, to cause the price to eventually propel even way past 550 US dollars. And it's things that we're going to be following here on the channel. And then lastly, guys, they're also improving in testing more transactions on the Monero network, finalizing that hopefully this year as well. So I think there's a lot of benefits to the Monero to being part of the Monero community right this second. And if you guys have any comments or concerns, drop it in the comments, and we'll follow up. All right, take care.